What's up, everybody? This is Rob with Fruit of Labor Landscaping, and I'm out here in my own food forest and foodscape that I like to call the Serene Forest. And I want to wish each and every one of you a happy Friday, and that also means that today is Fun Fact Friday. So every Fun Fact Friday, I try and do a quick video that just goes over some really quick fun facts or quick hitters or whatever you want to call them. About different gardening topics, and most of the time it's usually featuring a plant that I have around here that I commonly see here in Central Florida. This week we're going to talk about an interesting one that's probably popping up in many gardens here in late July, especially here in Central Florida, and that is ragweed. All right, so I have common ragweed growing in the Serene Forest right now, and I'm sure that it's popping up probably across most of the United States because it has a pretty wide distribution. And I just want to give you some quick fun facts about ragweed. I think it's pretty interesting, and it gets a bad rep, but we're going to talk about that a little bit too. So here we go. All right, so this is what the common ragweed looks like, and I'll put the botanical scientific name in text because I'm just not very good at saying it. But if you look at these flowers here, you could see it could probably get kind of confused with some of our other desirable plants. I've heard people that maybe got it confused with some marigolds or maybe tomato. But if you were to hold them side by side, you'd be able to tell a difference. So the common ragweed, which is also called annual ragweed, has these lobe-shaped leaves. Now the new leaves, as you can tell right here, don't always have that exact shape, and eventually they will turn into more like this shape here that you're seeing. Now ragweed does flower, and it looks like this one might be getting there soon, and that's really where ragweed gets the worst reputation from. And it's said that one plant can produce 1 million grains of pollen per plant per day, and that's a lot of pollen. In fact, ragweed is the most common contributor to hay fever and seasonal allergies, and a lot of people blame goldenrod, but it's actually ragweed that's doing that. In fact, it's such a big contributor to hay fever and seasonal allergies that many pharmaceutical companies actually harvest parts of ragweed in their attempts to make allergy medicine or just medicine in general for hay fever. Now that we've gotten the bad reputation out of the way, there is some good news for anybody who wants an excuse to keep ragweed in your yard. This plant is said from many sources I was able to find online that this was actually a really important grain for Native Americans, hundreds of years ago, and then eventually it got replaced with maize, and then eventually with corn. So there is a benefit to the seeds that are produced by this plant, which are 5,000 seeds per plant on average. And that is that they're going to be a good grain source as animal feed. So if you're a chicken grower, or basically birds or other livestock, if you need a solid grain and you're trying to become self-sufficient, ragweed can help you get to that point. So it's said that it's got about 47% protein and 38% fat, and that's going to be really good, especially if you're in an area where it gets really cold, to help your livestock through those colder temperatures. Lastly, I should mention that many people talk about combating the seasonal allergy to ragweed or just the hay fever by eating the leaves themselves and basically building up an immunity, much like you would by eating honey that would reduce your reaction to seasonal allergies, pollen at least. So they're talking about basically that you would need to harvest the leaves before it goes to bloom, and that eating them would basically create like an antihistamine-like effect to the other ragweed that has gone to bloom. So I don't know enough about it to recommend it one way or another, but it is something interesting that I felt like bringing up in this discussion about ragweed. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for listening. This has been a much longer Fun Fact Friday than normal, but I've seen a bunch of people on Facebook and other social media platforms that are going through the whole plant ID, what is this growing in my yard, and ragweed seems to be coming up a lot. And so I figured we would do a video over it, introducing you to this plant, maybe giving you some information that you had never heard of before about ragweed, and maybe it'll be something that you consider leaving around as a beneficial plant. This year I'm going to totally experiment with harvesting the seeds and feeding them to the chickens and kind of reducing any of the feed that I have to buy. I'm always looking for ways to do that. So if it turns out that they enjoy this grain and that I see some good benefits and that the egg production doesn't slow down, then this might be something that will definitely be staying around our foodscape. So anyway, have a great weekend, guys. I hope that you've had a good week so far. And if it's not been a good week, I hope you have a great weekend. Rest up, enjoy time with family, and get ready to crush it again next week. Thanks, guys. Bye. So that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it. Go ahead and like and subscribe if you want to see more content from us, like What Is It Wednesdays, Fun Fact Fridays, and just anything and everything in between that we like to post about homesteading and gardening, landscaping, and all the other topics that we cover. Don't forget to check out our website where we have a gardening forum with a ton of information, several different topics and threads that are related to gardening and homesteading. You can also follow us on our online blog where we post pretty regularly. A lot of times we include videos from YouTube on there. And then make sure you head on over to our online store. We have lots of plants for sale and we're always updating new inventory. So check that out. We offer shipping and we can ship plants to you. A bunch of ways that you can kind of find us and support us, and we appreciate you watching and hope to see more of you soon.